Hey everybody, my name is Levi Huseman. I'm the head track and field coach at Olathe North High School. This video, we'll keep it under 15 minutes, is just going to serve to kind of be our parent meeting so that you don't have to come up. You can watch it whenever, and then as always, if you have any questions, definitely feel free to email me. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get going. So, all right, first and foremost, communication. I think that's kind of really I want to make sure that you are over communicated with. So two websites on here. The first is our team website, which is olathe.northrunning.com. We use it both for cross country as well as track. So at the top, you'll need to click on the track tab, and then everything will be on there. And then in addition to that website, if you go to our school's athletic website, that's olathe.northathletics.com, and you can kind of get back and forth between the two relatively easy. But we'll post everything on there so that you guys are informed. The next way that we're going to try and send stuff out is through the Remind text message service. If you have not already, go ahead and sign up for that. You just need to open up your messages, text to the number 81010, and that's going to be the @ ONTF 24, and that P stands for parents. So that's how you'll get information sent directly to you. Most of the time it's going to be a link to the website, but that's kind of where you want to be for that. And then below that's going to be some Twitter and Instagram stuff. We're trying to really celebrate the kids and what they do. So if you want to, kind of follow us on any of those kind of things, we're going to try to highlight what they're doing. So definitely kind of either save these websites, get on the Remind, but that's going to be how we're communicating for basically everything. All right, here are the rest of the coaches. I'll go ahead and hide myself real fast. Just from left to right on your screen, that's a really bad picture of myself. But then we have Coach Johnson, Coach Hannon, Coach Bear, Coach Impo, Coach Johnson, Coach Lecker, Coach Pride, and Coach Smith. Those will be the guys and gals that are going to be working with your children. And then we'll also have help from Coach Peter Rogers. And then we have vault coaches, the Skylar Butler and Mike Metcalf. So those kind of who you are. If you haven't met us yet, we would love to meet you. Just come up at practice or at a meet and introduce yourself. We're friendly even if we don't look it. So anyways, that's who we are. And again, please introduce yourself if we haven't introduced ourselves to you yet. All right, moving on. Okay, in terms of the schedule, this is what the schedule looks like. It's posted online at olathe.northrunning.com. Just go to the Schedules and Results tab. Everything will be posted on that olathe.northrunning.com. That's really what you want to go to for everything. So that'll be the season schedule. Hopefully, if you want to print it out or save it or do anything else like that, you can do that. But then otherwise, we'll have a newsletter that's going to come out. We haven't did one for last week, but at the end of this week, kind of going into spring break, I'll send out kind of that first newsletter, and it'll have a weekly schedule on it as well. So olathe.northrunning.com, go to Schedules and Results. That's where you'll see everything that we're doing. All right. Next, in terms of our philosophy, you're going to see kind of this hashtag always compete, or you're going to hear me say always compete. What that means isn't that we're always trying to compete with others, but it's more we're always trying to compete with ourselves. The idea is that if we can get a little bit better every single day, and that internal competition, that in terms of long-term development, we're going to be a lot better at the end of the season, or we're going to be a lot better when we're seniors than when we were freshmen. So always competing as an athlete means that we always want to be better at whatever our craft is. We want to run a tenth of a second faster. We want to throw 3 inches further. We want to jump 6 inches higher, that kind of stuff. As a teammate, it means taking care of each other. As a student, it means being respectful of your teachers, taking care of your grades. As a human being, it just means holding the door for people or helping pick up trash if it's on the ground and that kind of stuff. So that's what we're looking for, and that's kind of what drives every aspect of our program. All right, next, the basics for our team. One, we're going to have high expectations. That means that we want an investment of your time. We want an investment of your effort. Now, I have on the time, and what you'll see on the schedules is 3:15 to 6 o'clock. Basically, what we want is we want that time blocked off. Very rarely will we actually go till 6 o'clock, but the idea is that we want a commitment, and so we're kind of saying this is the time that we have for track and field. Please schedule everything else outside of that. And then in terms of your effort, we want your best effort. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. But we don't care if you're an Olympian or not. We just want you to work as hard as you can. Now, that being said, there is a part of high school sports where participation isn't necessarily equal. Track's nice where everybody gets to compete. There is no bench, but it doesn't mean that everyone's going to be a varsity athlete. What we'll have is we'll have what we call varsity consideration marks, meaning, like let's take the mile for example. If you're a boy and you are not running faster than 5 minutes, then a varsity competition isn't probably where you're going to be able to get better, so we're not going to put you there. Now, if you're under that 5-minute mark in the mile, then you're going to benefit from running against other varsity level athletes, and so that's where you'll be, providing that we have enough spots. And most meets allow for 3 in a meet, and so just that's kind of where it's at. Now, the other part of that is too, and what we're going to get to next is attendance. If you're not here, it doesn't matter how fast you are, how far you can throw something. So that's kind of how we divvy up both varsity and JV, both based on your performance and putting you in a spot where you can be successful. Next, in terms of uniforms, team gear, spirit wear. Uniforms, we'll check those out. We're going to talk about shorts here in a little bit, or the bottoms, and then team gear and spirit wear. We do have a store that's open. I'll include that, and I'll kind of send out the links for all those things when I send out this video. So look in there for that. And then lettering. If you want a varsity letter, you got to compete in the varsity meets. That's just kind of the long and short of it. So anyways, moving on to attendance. If you are not at practice, you cannot compete. If you're going to miss, you got to email your event coach. And then if you're sick, stay home. Okay. You shouldn't practice if you're sick. That's just kind of the way that it goes. Now, you can kind of see here, if you need to pause, there's a list of like what's excused and unexcused. But really what our rule is going to be is 2 or more or the day before, and you're not competing. So if you're missing 2 days of practice or more in a week, as coaches, we can't, put you into a competition knowing that you're healthy or anything else like that. And then same thing with the day before. If we can't see you that you're ready to go, we don't want to put you in a spot that's going to be embarrassing or bad for you. So that's just kind of where we're going to be. 2 or more the day before, and you're not competing. Otherwise, we're going to be ready to roll, and we'll kind of do our best. All right, so that's attendance, but basically you just need to be here. All right, other policies. In terms of transportation, we do have to ride the bus to all meets that are outside of Olathe. If we're in Olathe, we can drive. I'll send out a Google form, that way we can keep track of everybody. But outside of Olathe, we're on the bus no matter what. Inside of Olathe, we'll have a Google form, giving the kids the opportunity. And then alcohol, tobacco, and drugs, just don't. I don't think we need to talk about that anymore, but that's kind of where we're at. All right. In terms of uniforms, we will provide the jersey top for everybody. What we are going to ask is that everyone purchase competition bottoms. And there's a document that I will send out, again, kind of with our spirit wear stuff, that has the different types of shorts, the different options, what works, what doesn't work. And the idea being that these are shorts that are, worn a lot, and the kids are all sweating in them. It was asked that, we at least provide the opportunity for people to purchase their own. If you're in a spot financially where that can't happen, we do have stuff that we can check out. They just need to let me know. So kind of see the separate sheet for uniform bottoms, and we'll make sure that that's kind of where we're at. All right, 2 last slides, and then we'll get out of here. All right, bottom line, this is what we're looking for. We want the kids here every day. We want them to be on time. We want them to do their best. We don't want them to abuse our trust. And I'll say this, that honest and timely communication is probably going to take care of everything. When in doubt, we'll over-communicate. We're going to try to do the same with you. We want the kids to do the same with us. And then lastly, we want them to be here. If they don't want to be here, that's fine. But we want them to get better at something. So if it's not track and field, that's not a big deal. Just let us know so that we can help you be good at whatever it is that you want to be. All right, and then lastly, for parents, here's what we're looking for. We want you to be interested. We want you to be enthusiastic. We want you to encourage them. We want you to have them come and talk to us. We want, all of that kind of stuff. And then lastly, I got 20 seconds and I'm going to be at 10 minutes. So in terms of meet the expectations, we want you to cheer, but please do it from the stands. So that's pretty much it. Try to keep it short, sweet, to the point. But if you have any questions, please email me, and we're looking forward to a great season.